we have a cubic polynomial and we're asked to use the factor theorem to show that 2x minus 1 is a factor. So if x minus 1 was a factor, then f of 1 would equal 0. If x plus 2 was a factor, then it would be f of minus 2 is 0. You basically just take the negative. It's like if you're finding the root essentially. If you're setting this equal to 0, you'd get x as 1. Here you'd get x as minus 2. So if you set this equal to 0, you actually get a half. And that's what we need to test, f of a half. So this is going to be 2 times a half cubed minus 3 times a half squared minus 11 times a half plus 6. It's only a 1-mark question, so you probably get away with just saying it's equal to 0 at this point and saying by the factor theorem 2x minus 1 is a factor. I'm going to do a little bit more though, just to be convincing. I'm going to get 2 over 8 because 1 over 2 cubed is 1 over 8. Here I'm going to get 3/4. Here I'm going to get 11 over 2. And that's going to become 1/4 minus 3/4. All right, I think I've shown enough. Like this is going to become minus a half. This is going to end up as minus 6. Yeah, do you know what? That's enough. And then equals 0. So by factor theorem, 2x minus 1 is a factor. Right, they've given us a massive hint here because they told us what to divide by. We don't have to find the factor. We can do 2x minus 1 into this cubic. I always use polynomial division. It's just a tried and tested method. It's just an algorithm and it works well. And for later on in the A-level course as well, if you divide them by an x squared term. So, definitely have this one up your sleeve. So we divide 2x cubed by 2x. That gives x squared. We multiply back through. Okay, and this all checks out. Wait, so I just write minus 2. I should have done minus 6. It doesn't check out if I do that. I'm doing 2x into minus 12x, so minus 6, and then, yeah, this all works now. So we've said that f of x divided by 2x minus 1 is equal to this, which means f of x is equal to 2x minus 1 multiplied by x squared minus x minus 6. Now we just need to factorize it fully, so let's try and factorize the quadratic. It's going to be x minus 3 times x plus 2. Part C then says, hence solve this equation, which might initially look very different, but it's basically going to be the same equation, just with the substitution. In fact, it's going to be what we call a hidden cubic. So the giveaway really is the x and the 2 to the y. That is going to be our substitution. Let x equal 2 to the y. X squared is then going to be 2 to the y squared, and we can just swap them around using the third rule of indices, so it becomes 4 to the y. In the same way, x cubed is 2 to the y cubed. This is going to become 2 cubed to the y, or 8 to the y. So therefore, we have 2x cubed minus 3x squared minus 11x plus 6 equals 0. And from B, This means 2x minus 1, x minus 3, x plus 2 is equal to 0. So x equals a half, 3, or minus 2. Now remember, that's our 2 to the y, so I'm going to write it back in terms of 2 to the y. And then immediately reject this one. It was a solution to the cubic, but it's not a real solution to the exponential equation, because we cannot raise 2 to the power of a number to get a negative. If and you might, if you don't realize that straight away, then you can do log. We're going to be doing log to base 2. If you try and do log to base 2 of a negative, you're going to get math error. You don't get a real number basically. So y is then going to be log to base 2 of a half, because that's how logs and exponentials work. So when we look at this equation, it's 2 to the power of y is a half. So you can do that. Or you could take log to base 2 of both sides and then cancel down the left-hand side to y. Y is equal to log to base 2 of a half. Okay, I'm just trying to say different ways that you could get to these two answers. We're asked to, what are we asked to do? We're not asked whether to solve them exactly or whatever. So there's a bit more we can do here. Actually, a half is, you might be able to look at this straight away and see what the answer is going to be, but I didn't. I kind of played around with it a little bit. So this is 2 to the minus 1. It's actually going to be minus log to base 2 of 2. When I bring the minus down, it's actually going to be minus 1. And I left my answers like that, which will be accepted. If you want, you could write it to 3 significant figures as well, if you had enough time and just wanted to be safe. Like in case, it doesn't say you have to leave them to 3 significant figures, so 1.58. All right, nicely done.